What's going on, fam? We back with another video, y'all. And for this one, we got 1090 Jake on the screen. Shout out 1090 Jake. He gonna be talking about, then again, dumbass does it again. He gonna be talking about Osama. He got locked up in the feds again. Now this time, it's for crypto kidnapping, something like that. Some type of kidnapping. My opinion, I'm still iffy about that gun case he had with the feds, and I'm still iffy on that. But yeah, y'all know what it is, man. Drop a like, comment, subscribe. Finna hop in this video. Make sure I got y'all grab it, or whatever y'all need to chill. Let's go ahead, check this video out.
Lil Zay Osama is back in federal custody. He's facing forever and a little extra. His career might be over after a superseding indictment was just unsealed. A federal grand jury in Chicago has indicted 7 men on robbery and kidnapping offenses for allegedly participating in a violent home invasion in Winnetka, Illinois last month. Winnetka is one of the most expensive suburbs in the Chicago area.
Am I tripping, or is that the that look mad for? Am I tripping, or is that the came out when I was like just born, 1 year old? Like I can't get the name. I didn't watch it. Home Alone. Ain't that the Home Alone house? Y'all letting me know in the comments if that's the Home Alone house. I don't remember. It looked mad familiar. I think that's what it is. Not sure. But y'all let me know in the comments. I ain't watched it in so long. It came out when I was young, when I was a baby. So.
With many luxury homes showing a median price of $2 million, with the most famous being the Home Alone house from the 1990s.
Okay, so that is the Home Alone. Okay, all right, all right, all right.
From downtown Chicago, this wasn't the type of area you'd see Chirac drill rappers sticking someone up. But as we all know, you can never be surprised when it comes to Chicago.
Never say never, bro. When it comes to Chicago, bro, expect the unexpected. I'm telling y'all, bro, these niggas is wild. They don't care, bro.
U.S. attorneys received search warrants within 12 days of the home invasion, but kept them under seal while continuing to obtain evidence to identify and arrest additional defendants involved in the violent incident. The superseding indictment charges 24-year-old Deshaun Brown, 24-year-old David Franklin, 22-year-old Anthony Ramsey, 28-year-old Isaiah Dukes, 30-year-old Keel Dukes, and 23-year-old Jalen Chambers with conspiracy to commit robbery and kidnapping in connection with the home invasion that took place March 8th. The 7th defendant has not yet been filed into the paperwork as he was just arrested. Now everyone knows Isaiah Dukes is none other than Chicago rapper Lil Zay Osama.
Right.
And Keel Dukes, aka Big Folks, would be Zay's older brother. Anthony Ramsey, aka Lil Ant, is also said to be related to the brothers. No stranger to law enforcement,
first cousin.
Zay was indicted by the feds after leaving a Glock with a switch inside of an Uber.
Now this is the one I'm talking about. I don't know.
In New York City. He'd controversially be sentenced to only 14 months in federal prison.
14 months in federal prison when you got caught with it in New York. And in New York, it's a mandatory 3 to 5 years. I'm still shaking my head on that one, but I ain't gonna say nothing until we see the paperwork, and it's gonna eventually come out.
It would be released in late 2020.
If it haven't already, I'd probably say.
Now, obviously, 14 months for a switch is nothing. It made plenty of people start to wonder. But after carefully looking through his federal paperwork, I figured out his low sentence was literally just due to having a great lawyer, Don Florio.
Oh, okay.
But this case,
okay.
This is gonna need a fucking miracle. According to the indictment, Franklin and Big Folks communicated through phones about using a stolen vehicle to commit the robbery.
Y'all are done. Y'all are done, bro. We in 2026 and we still freaking communicating over phones? Are you, bro? That should have stopped like 4 years ago, 5, 10 years. Bro, what are y'all doing, bro? Yeah, bro. Hey, we finna do what we got. Like, what is y'all doing, bro? Y'all don't know that these police can go into these phone stores and pull up all records? Like, bro. What people need to realize is anything you do on an electronic device leaves a digital print, which means the feds or the police, especially the feds, if they want to find something, they're gonna go find it. Especially if you was doing it on an electronic device, they're gonna find it, bro. Especially if they got a warrant for you or for that device, bro. It's over with, bro. They gonna find what they looking for. They're gonna find it, bro. Like, and then they find it, they're gonna seal it. And y'all, bro, it's.
The next day, Brown then drove Franklin, Chambers, and 2 others in a stolen vehicle to a home belonging to 2 victims, named in the indictment only as Victim A and Victim B. While on the way to the home, Chambers communicated with Zay to discuss the plan for the robbery. Once outside the home, Brown walked up posing as a food delivery driver to cause an individual within the home to open the front door. Armed with loaded weapons, Brown, Franklin, Chambers, and 2 others forced.
How they for, bro?
Armed with loaded weapons, Brown, Franklin to open the front.
I know this is a little AI picture, but somebody at your door like this and you didn't order no food. I'm not even opening my door, but I'm sure gonna be behind the door. You know what I'm saying? My stuff in my hand, like I'm ready. But they shouldn't even got in the house. How's you opening the door if you ain't even ordering anything? Then again, stop thinking just because you live in a good area of the town or a good side of town that things won't happen to you. Especially in Chicago, like anything's liable to happen to anybody, bro. Anywhere, but especially in Chicago.
Weapons, Brown, Franklin, Chambers, and 2 others forced their way inside. They'd all pull guns, attempting to rob Victim A for his crypto. But the paperwork doesn't clarify if Victim A was actually home, only that he was the one they intended to rob. Instead, they physically restrained Victim B, keeping him captive while aiming guns at him. They demanded he give them access to the safe, computer, and any online accounts holding crypto. While inside the home, Chambers would again call Zay, who provided instructions regarding the information needed from Victim B to obtain the crypto. Big Folks would also receive a call by one of the conspirators inside the home as the attempted robbery took place.
Playing on iPhone? No.
Y'all, boy, y'all, let me hear this again.
Games.
I know I didn't just hear what I just
bigger
heard.
Screens.
All of the men then provided instructions
Hold on, I know I ain't hearing
the
what I'm
safe,
hearing.
computer, and any online accounts holding crypto. While inside the home, Chambers would again call Zay, who provided instructions regarding the information needed.
So, they already got the people. Now they finna go through y'all phones, ping cell towers. Don't be, bro. Y'all, it ain't that hard to be smart, bro. Like,
from Victim B to obtain the crypto. Big Folks would also receive a call by one of the conspirators inside the home as the attempted robbery took place. All of the men then fled the scene, meeting up with Zay, Big Folks, and Lil Ant, who according to the paperwork searched them to make sure everything they took was collected. Apparently they made off with $111,300. Split 7 ways, that's roughly $16,000 per person. The only problem with that is a federal trial lawyer can cost anywhere from 100 to 500 fucking thousand.
Exactly.
If you plan on taking it all the way. This paperwork is clearly alleging Zay.
like what do you pretty much, bro? Like, if you I understand people trying to pull some slick moves to get money. I've been there before. But the one thing you could do is go out your way to be as smart, as discreet, leave as least amount of evidence as bro. Like, then on top of that, it's like y'all just doing it without even looking up what the crime costs. I mean, the type of stuff the crime will carry. Oh, bro, like, you gotta be smart, bro. This is just idiotic, bro. This is just embarrassing, bro. It's not even disappointing. This is just straight out embarrassing, bro. I'm so tired of this, bro. Day after day after day, we hear about someone from Chicago, someone from St. Louis, someone from California, someone from just anywhere, bro, and they just doing dumb ass shit. Like,
and some crash dummies to rob a crypto kid who they probably thought had millions that could easily be transferred without a trace. And that sounds good until you find out the feds have every text, call, and GPS location from every cell phone.
Then again, like I said, digital footprint in multiple ways. You didn't even have to communicate just by you having your phone, bro.
Present. They know who made calls from inside the home during the time of the robbery. They know who texted what. They have the entire timeline of how this was planned and executed.
Y'all are
and
cooked.
For kidnapping, all of these men face up to life in federal prison. For interference with commerce by threat of violence, up to 20 years. So mathematically speaking, all 7 of them were willing to risk life plus 20 for $16,000 a piece. Now the biggest factor in this,
not smart at all. Not, and I know I keep pausing it, but bro, like, you can't be that dumb. Like,
case is going to be the victim cooperating, which obviously he already is. Otherwise, no one would have known a home invasion took place. But if he is able to identify anyone, if he's had any previous relationships with anyone tied to Zay or Zay himself, that kind of information is the nail in the coffin. Some way, somehow, someone knew they had a shitload of crypto. Most likely in the
somebody
millions,
was running their mouth.
And they came for it all. But here we are again, for the second time this year, speaking on a rapper who crashed out in a robbery turned kidnapping. The major difference between Zay and Pooh Shiesty is it would seem Zay was directing orders over the phone while Pooh pulled out the damn Draco. The feds are going to have to prove Zay was actually directing this on how it needs to go down, and that means the feds are going to do their best to get one of the 6 other men to fold, cooperate, and reveal it all. Now,
that won't be hard. That won't be hard.
I can imagine this whole scheme sounded great as they were thinking of it, right? Oh, we got this kid, he does crypto, da-da-da. Mind you, this kid probably does his little scams, whatever. They're thinking we're just gonna rob him, he's not gonna say nothing, everything's gonna be good, this kid might be involved in some illegal shit of his own. Fuck that. This kid gets robbed, fully calls 911, whatever he has to do to report this situation, otherwise they never would have found out.
Right.
You don't feel like getting up, going out, or working out? Sounds like you don't feel like much of a man anymore.
And I don't think they understand how fucked they are in a situation like this. This is a Fed case.
Exactly.
And already the feds are revealing
all kinds of evidence.
They know who went where. Because your cell phone is a GPS tracker. They know who was talking to who at what times. They know when the robbery initiated. They know when the robbery ended based off of when they went in the home and when they left the home. How do we know that Brown was posing as a food delivery, whatever, or Uber Eats? 9 times out of 9, that came from the kid that they robbed. I opened the door, I thought it was Uber Eats, that's what he said, and then everyone pulled out fucking guns asking me for my Bitcoin. Sounds like this kid is fully cooperating.
Sounds like y'all cooked.
If this kid knows who Zay is, if they've had any interactions, which is how they were able to obtain the information that this kid has mad crypto, they might be fucked in this case. Otherwise, Zay is going to be able to afford the best lawyer, as the rappers always do. His lawyer is going to try to pick this shit apart. The phone calls claiming Zay was instructing them on how to do this and that, whatever. Because, I mean, to be fair, right? If you call my phone and you're like, yo, how do I like send crypto? And I'm like, oh, you just need this and that, and you do this and that, da-da-da, and that's it. And they hang up. I don't know if they're in the middle of a fucking robbery. I don't know what they're doing. They just called me and asked me about some damn crypto. But in that sense, you kind of have to admit to having that conversation. Zay's lawyer, I'm sure, is going to be able to figure this out. And to be honest with you, as much money as they be dropping on jewelry and everything else, it's hard to imagine he needed this. I can imagine the other guys being broke as fuck. But not Zay. Zay lives out in LA. He doesn't live in Chicago. He's been escaped Chicago. So it's like, why would he need to even be involved in this situation? The whole Pooh Shiesty and Gucci thing, it wasn't about the money, it was about the contract, which technically made it about the money. But he took all that other shit just to add disrespect to the situation. Versus in this situation, what the fuck are they, you know, did you think you were really gonna get off with 10, 15 million in crypto?
No.
And just bust that shit down with the homies and nobody was gonna figure nothing out and that kid wasn't gonna say nothing about it? Like, these crypto kids love getting next to the rappers and love acting like they're doing this crazy shit. Like, there's a lot of kids that come from money and then figure out a way to turn their parents' money into their own money, but they want to like sell drugs and shit just to feel like they're living that lifestyle. As if they made it and they can relate to the rappers, and then they get around the rappers just to get robbed by the rappers. So the major thing in this, we're barely seeing any information. Everything that I gave you in this video is the subtle layout that the feds have given. More paperwork is gonna drop. We might get pictures, surveillance, we don't know what the fuck we're gonna get. But there's gonna be a lot more shit that's gonna come out. I'm gonna keep y'all updated and in tune about the situation. We're gonna see how bad it is. I'm not gonna say anything sounds good though, because anytime the feds indict you, you're kind of essentially,
they're not coming for no reason.
Time.
Exactly.
How many people have we really seen walk away without getting time from the feds? How many people haven't had to sit down for months, if not over a year,
in the feds
fighting a fed case? This is gonna put him away for a little bit. Definitely the other people he was with, and like I said, if they're all broke as fuck and the feds are like, hey, you're facing life plus 20. We don't even want to give you 30 years. Best we can do is like 20, and you at least get to like go home at some point and not die in the feds. But you need to cooperate. It's pretty fucking likely someone's gonna take that.
Someone goes. I'm at least two of them. I'm telling you, at least two.
And everyone knows this when they get into these situations, but it's kind of like a gambling addiction, right?
Exactly.
You know, there's a chance you could get away, and if you get away, you know you could get away with possibly millions. In this case, it was only 111,000. That really ain't shit, because 7 ways, that's 16 a piece. That ain't nothing. That's bill money if you got money. You know what I mean? But we'll see what happens. I'll keep y'all updated. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me. Until next time.
Man, that's the video, y'all. My opinion, they only giving us the little bits and pieces. They got a lot I feel like they got an overflowing amount of evidence that's coming in as they investigate this step by step, hour by hour, day by day. I feel like bro gonna be cooked. I don't see what was the point of him even being involved in it. Now I can see the other dudes, I can see them pulling off something like this, but you being involved in it, Zay, I don't see that. I don't see why you got yourself involved in it. It was pointless to me. But we gonna see in the future, because I'm gonna keep y'all updated with this too. The more he drop on it, I'm gonna keep y'all updated with it. Or if anybody else if I see any more people like probably Seti Nas drop something on it, I'm gonna look at it, bring it to y'all attention. But other than that, man, y'all be blessed, be safe, stay out the way, and I'm gonna get you on the next one, man.